The girl wanted to enter the prince's mansion to work, so she had a cat do somersaults for the gatekeeper to see. To her surprise, the cat actually did a somersault. The gatekeeper was shocked when he saw this. He quickly rushed in to inform the prince, telling him the girl could tame beasts. Then the prince brought the girl into his mansion and asked her to train his horse. The horse had always refused to let the prince ride it. The girl gently touched the horse's head and told it to let the prince ride, but the horse insisted it was a gift from the emperor. It would never allow the prince to ride it. The girl, however, said if the horse didn't let the prince ride, she would be finished. So, she begged the horse to help her. The horse agreed and let the prince ride for a day. The girl happily told the prince the horse would now let him ride. So, the prince mounted the horse. He found the horse no longer struggled and allowed him to ride. When the prince learned the girl could tame beasts, he pulled her into his arms. He asked her to tame beasts for him for 3 years. Then she would help him summon thousands of beasts to worship him, aiding him in ascending to the crown prince position. He promised her $30 million and promised to make her the crown prince's concubine once he became crown prince. However, 3 years later, after the prince succeeded in becoming the crown prince, he turned on her. He felt she was of low birth and unworthy of being his concubine. He planned to give her to a scheming woman as a slave. Unexpectedly, their conversation was overheard by a little bird. The bird then dropped a pile of droppings on the scheming woman's face. The woman, enraged, immediately stormed off to find the girl. Since the bird was his tamed beast, he blamed the girl for it. He immediately slashed the girl's face. Then he ordered a servant to kill the bird. But when the servant tried to catch it, they failed. The bird could fly, but the humans couldn't. They were helpless. Just as the scheming woman was bullying the girl, the bird flew over and pecked her face. It knocked her hairpin off and onto the ground. The bird stopped only when the crown prince arrived. The woman then falsely accused the girl of inciting the bird to peck her face. She claimed the bird made her face red. The crown prince, who had always looked down on the girl, punished her with 3 days of confinement without question. As for the bird, he told the girl to bring it to the scheming woman. The woman wanted to kill it to rid herself of her grudge. But when the girl brought the bird, he released it, letting it fly away. The bird escaped. Enraged, the crown prince ordered the girl to be beaten with 20 lashes. The girl never expected the crown prince to act so cruelly. This made her believe the bird's warning. When the bird had heard the prince plan to send her to the scheming woman as a slave, it ran to warn her. She now knew the prince was heartless, turning his back on her. At that moment, the little cat she had once saved came to her with some herbs. It told her these herbs would heal her wounds. The cat's owner had brought it back to the palace. The cat, sensing the girl's presence, came to her. It found out she had been beaten with 20 lashes. The girl was overjoyed to see her old friend again. Now, the cat was her only talking companion. So she told the cat she was planning to leave. After the cat left, the girl took out the 3-year agreement with the prince. The 3 years were now up, and although she had received the prince's money, she no longer wanted the position of concubine. She had done enough for the prince. Just then, the prince pretended to visit her, but his real intention was to ask her to perform one last task. She was to create a sign of the worship of all beasts to please the emperor. This way, when he was made crown prince, she would be made his concubine. To avoid suspicion, the girl pretended to agree to his conditions. She knew her only chance to leave was during the coronation ceremony. The city would be on high alert, so she had to wait for the right moment. While worrying about how to get an exit pass, the